What we're making today is called a nature collage. And the only things that you're going to need for today are some glue, a piece of paper, and some items that you can find outside in nature. So let's see if we can go over some ideas of what you could find outside. You could find some pine cones. You could find some acorns. I didn't find any acorns when I was outside, but if you have acorns at your house, you could collect some of those. Some bark. You can find some little sticks and twigs. You could find these little helicopter spinny things that fall from the trees. And lots of leaves. You could find some little flowers. These are just little weeds, but they're cute little yellow flowers. So any kind of flowers will work. And I also found these little leaves. These are just weeds from the ground. So you might not have a tree in your yard, so you might not be able to find like actual big leaves like this, but you can find little tiny leaves if you look closely at your grass. You could find these. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get permission from your parents or go out with an adult and find some things outside. And then once you collect all these things, you're gonna bring them back inside and you're gonna create a collage. Now a collage just means that you're going to glue a bunch of stuff kind of all together. You're not going to pile it one on top of each other. It's not just going to be a pile of crap. You're going to very carefully go through what you collected and arrange it onto the paper and glue it down. So you can do it an abstract collage, meaning you're just arranging some things to make it look nice and gluing them however you want to make it look, but it's not meant to look like anything specific. This doesn't really look like an animal or a plant or anything. It's just looking nice and you glue it down, and that would be abstract. You can also take the items that you find and try to make it look like something specific. So let's say I wanted to make an insect out of my nature pieces. So I would need a body for the insect, and you can even like pull off the stems or, you know, rip pieces in half if you need it to look like something specific. So we're gonna try to make it look like an insect. So I have the body of the insect, and now I'm looking for the head of the insect, which would need to be kind of like a smaller leaf. So let's see, I have this one. Let's pull off this little guy. This could be the head of our insect. And insects always have 6 legs. So I think I'm gonna use these little sticks, and let's try to make them kind of all the same size. So like I said, you can always break pieces off that you don't need to make things look the way you want it. So we're gonna have 3 legs over here. And what else? We got some more sticks for the other legs. Let's make them all the same size. Okay, 3 legs over here. And maybe we want some antenna, so I can get some of my other pieces that I found. I tried to find pieces that were like different colors so that it wasn't all the same, like so everything wasn't just green, green, green. So we have the green of the head and the body. We have these little pieces of dried out plant that kind of look like tan or gold, almost a little golden, and then we have the brown of the sticks. So now we have our cute little insect, and so now you can get out your glue. If you only have a glue stick, that could work. It's not going to work as well as this kind of glue if you have this kind of glue, but a glue stick might work. So just give it a try if that's all you have. So now I'm just going to go piece by piece and put glue on the back and glue it back into the place where I had it on my paper so that I can create my art project. If you have something very skinny, like this, you might not be able to put the glue onto it, so put the glue onto the paper instead, and then put the plant down into the glue on the paper. So I guess there's a couple of ways of doing it. You could put the glue straight onto your nature pieces and stick that onto the paper, or you can take your glue, put it onto the paper, and then stick your nature items on top. So there's a couple of different ways you can do it. So the glue is going to take a little while to dry, so before you can hold it up and show anyone, or before you can hang it on your wall, make sure that the glue dries. Now usually I like to say the glue will take probably overnight to dry, so make sure that before you hold this paper up in front of your Chromebook to take a picture, that you let the glue dry first, okay? But I do want to see what you're able to make, so make sure that once the glue dries, you do take a picture and post it onto Schoology for me.